Hey everyone, it's Brandy and welcome back to my channel. I always make these really big plans that I'm gonna film on Saturdays and get 2 videos knocked out on Saturday and edit them Sunday, and then I'll be ready and scheduled for the week. But I never do it because Saturday is like my only day where I don't have to work at all. So I end up wanting to just relax all day and I just sit around and read because that's all I did yesterday. I read, I watched some YouTube videos, and that was pretty much my entire day. I slept till like almost 4 o'clock, I think, yesterday. But that's not important. Today I'm going to be doing the mid-year freak out book tag. I think that's what it's called. It'll be for sure listed underneath the video. I've seen a couple people do this. Can't remember who the first person I saw do it. I wasn't tagged by anybody, but I did want to do it just to talk about some of my reading so far this year. Oh, this tag was created by, I think it's Chammy and Ellie, and I will make sure I link their channels down below so you can go check those out if you would like to. So the first question is the best book you've read so far in 2016, and that is Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. I don't know if you've seen my review or if I like really went into it good enough in the wrap up that I talked about this, but this book was amazing. Format wise, story wise, just all around it was an amazing story, and I ended up giving it a 5 out of 5 stars. The second question is best sequel you've read so far in 2016, and I actually had I wrote down 3 answers, but I'll say 2. The first one I would probably say is Saga, because like the first one I wasn't that invested into the story, but the continuous volumes 2 through 5, I think it is, because 6 just came out, but volumes 2 through 5 of Saga were amazing. Like I've read them back to back, and I was like in a slight reader slump when I read those, and they kind of like helped push me out of that reader slump. So those were amazing. And also the second sequel that that made it on this list would have to be Food Wars, and this is volumes 2 through 5, and I think I finished the last one, or volume 5, in June, and I did get the 6th one already, but I read that in July. But these sequels, like the first one had me really into the story, but these sequels I feel like the story just got better, and it was like more intricate and more stuff going on, and I think it's sliding around. If you haven't read these, I would just highly suggest it, especially if you're looking to get into manga and you enjoy cooking. This is a really good, it's just a really good story. I'm gonna just say that because I could probably go on and on about these. So next question. Question 3 is new release you haven't read yet but want to, and I could probably go with a couple of different books for this one, but I would probably say A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. This is a book that I have really been wanting to read, and also kind of been putting off at the same time just because of the hype that's been surrounding this, but I think this is the one that I want to read most. Question 4 is most anticipated release for the second half of the year, and the one that I wrote down, it was a few for this one too, but the one that I could think of the most when I was writing down my answers for this is Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. After reading Illuminae, I really wanted to read individual works by both of these authors because I think they did such a good job together. And I have already heard a couple or seen a couple reviews on the book, and it has been really, like, they have been amazing. I actually already pre-ordered that book, so yes, I'm looking forward to that. Question 5 is biggest disappointment, and for that I'll have to go with Rat Queens Volume 3. I read volume 1 and I was like I really enjoyed it, and volume 2 I enjoyed that one too, maybe not as much as the first one, but I did still enjoy that. And then I got to this one and I just felt like too much was different, and not in a good way, not just because of the artist. So yeah, biggest disappointment. Question 6 is biggest surprise, and for that one I also have 2. I'll have to go with Rat Queens Volume 1. I've seen this around and I've seen people talking about it, but honestly I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. So I'm gonna have to go with this. And also, another big surprise was Food Wars. I heard Ashley over at Bookish talking about this, and when she was reading it, she was like going through the series really fast, and she like even made a point to state that she had to slow herself down just because there was only so many books out in English, or so many volumes out in English currently, and she didn't want to finish it all and not have anything else to read. But I wasn't expected to enjoy this as much as I did. Question 7 is favorite new authors, and it says debut or new to you. And for this, I'll have to go with Amy Kaufman / J. Kristoff, both of them together because of Illuminate. I haven't read any other works by the two, but this has definitely, like I said earlier, this has definitely made me want to check out more of their works, not only together but individually. And I know Amy Kaufman has a series with Megan Spooner, so I also want to check that out because I believe that's sci-fi as well. So yes, those are my 2 new favorite authors currently. Question 8 is newest fictional crush, and I actually kind of had a hard time picking this because I just felt like the characters I was reading about weren't necessarily people that I would crush on. And I picked kind of a weird one just to pick one, and I picked Aiden from Illuminate. And I know that if you've read it, it might sound a little weird, but you also might understand where I'm coming from, just because this artificial intelligence just becomes, basically, in my eyes, became a person, even though he wasn't, like, even though he's not human, even though he's not a he, technically. I don't know. It's weird. But if anything, I would probably say that's fictional crush in a way, but not really. Number 9 is newest favorite characters. I could probably also pick Aiden for that, just because, like I said, Aiden like really developed into this completely different character that I wasn't expecting. But the one that I actually picked that I wrote down was Solomon Reed from Highly Illogical Behavior. I picked Solomon just because, although his anxiety attacks were a big part of the story, once these people like came into his life, you really got to see that he was more than just those anxiety attacks. Like, he was honestly, he was a funny person, even though he had a weird kind of humor, and he was like a really good person, and I could honestly see myself being friends with him if I knew him. Question 10 is book that made you cry, and for this I'll have to go with Forgive Me Leonard Peacock by Matthew Quick. I'm not gonna say why I cried, but this was an emotional book, so check it out. Question 11 is book that made you happy, and for this I'm going to go with a series that I actually already talked about so far in this video. And for this I decided to go with Food Wars volumes 1 through 5. Like I mentioned in the previous question, the first volume really surprised me, and it made me just want to continue on, and I feel like this was like a good manga to get into. Question 12 is most beautiful book you've bought so far this year, and for this I had to go with The Library at Mount Char by Scott Hawkins. And this was, I don't want to say this is a cover buy, but I was definitely interested in figuring out more about this book because of the cover. Hopefully you can really like tell the beauty of it, but I think this is probably one of my favorite covers of books that I've bought so far in 2016. Question 3 is what books do you need to read by the end of the year? And I feel like most people said, if not everybody that did this tag said, I have so many books that I need to read. Getting more specific, I would like to read the entire Harry Potter series this year. I am reading the first book for the Booktubeathon, and I want to complete the series. Like I just said, I want to complete the series during this year. I also want to finish the rest of the Percy Jackson series. I would like to read, I talked about this earlier in this video, but I would also like to finish reading or read A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas. I don't know why I held it like that because that kind of hurt. But yeah. I want to read the finished copy of Gemini when it comes out. There's just a lot of books that I want to read, and I have quite a few that I need to get to and stuff. Ones I want to get. So I have a lot of books. It's too many to honestly sit here and name, but like I mentioned, I have a few in my mind that I really want to get to by the end of the year for sure. And question 14 is favorite book community member, and honestly I found this a little hard to choose from just because since I am new to BookTube, even though I have been watching people for quite a while, I didn't necessarily want to pick any of the like really popular booktubers. For this one, my official answer, I'm gonna have to go with Ashley over at Bookish Realm. She introduces me to so many different types of books that either I wouldn't normally pick up, or I've never heard of, that it sounds like something that I would really love to read. I just haven't heard of it because I haven't really gone seeking in that area. I will make sure I link her channel down below so you guys can go check her out and send her love and all of that good stuff, just because like I said, she has to be like one of my favorite booktubers right now. The last thing is to tag some people, so I will make sure I link all the channels down below, so or list these people down below, and then let them know that I tagged them just in case, because I think I have a couple people on here, or at least one person on here that might not watch my videos, so I will make sure to list those people and make sure I like send them a message on Twitter or something and let them know that I did tag them in this video or in this tag. So I tagged Morgan. I also tag Ashley over Bookish Realm. I tagged Teisha over at girlwritesreviews.com. She has a blog. I'm pretty sure she doesn't have a YouTube channel, but occasionally she will comment on my videos, so I tag you. I also tag Taylor over at Bibliophile Taylor. She is a new booktuber also. And I also tag India over at Books and Big Hair. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.